Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some super hot news about Garten of Banban 8, the latest chapter in the most beloved and creepy horror series out there. Just a few hours ago, right on Discord, GHEPO, one of the two legendary euphoric brothers, posted some brand new mysterious messages. And yes, you heard that right. These messages are directly connected to the game. They're not just random chatter, they contain clues, teasers, and maybe even a few hidden secrets that could be preparing us for what's coming in this long-awaited new chapter. In today's video, we're going to break down every single word, every detail, and try to uncover what's really behind these messages. So if you're a fan of the Garten of Banban series, or if you're waiting for chapter 8 like I am, this video is for you. But before we jump into the analysis, I need to ask you something real quick. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that like button to support the video, and make sure you don't miss any of the upcoming updates on horror games, theories, and of course all the latest news on Garten of Banban 8. There's a lot more coming your way. So get ready to dive once again into the world of Banban's kindergarten. Let's get started just now. Alright, now let's jump straight into it and start with the first mysterious message. GHEPO wrote this exact line: "The new reclamation team has been dispatched." At first glance, it might seem like a simple sentence, but in reality, it hides a lot more than it seems. In fact, shortly after, in another Discord message, GHEPO also confirmed that this line is actually a voice line from Syrinjon, the same one we already heard in the official trailer of Garten of Banban 8. If you remember, in the trailer we hear a robotic and creepy voice saying exactly this line, and now we have full confirmation that it's Syrinjon speaking. But the real question is, why did GHEPO decide to rewrite that specific line on Discord out of nowhere? The answer might be very interesting, because if we take a closer look at the context, this line isn't just a simple quote. It might be a direct clue about what's going to happen in the game, especially when we try to escape. As we already know, in this new chapter, we'll be prisoners of Syrinjon, trapped somewhere in a prison, and once we manage to escape, Syrinjon might activate a special team to chase us down and bring us back, or worse. And now comes the really intriguing part. Who exactly is this reclamation team? According to some theories, and based on the clues we've already seen, this squad could be made up of two possible groups. First theory, the Givenium citizens, we already met in chapter 7. Second theory, it could be the 4 new characters whose names were recently leaked through official trademark registrations. I'm talking about Unibaluni, Miss Mimiker, Claurenzo, Varza. We haven't seen their official designs yet, but we know their names are real and officially registered by the Euphoric brothers. They could be the new enemies joining this reclamation team, each one with unique abilities, ready to hunt us across the game's different levels. Now let's go on, and let's see the next message. Now let's move on to the second message written by GHEPO, and once again we're dealing with a sentence that might seem simple, but could actually hide a lot of important meaning. The message is this: we don't choose where we fall. At first glance it might seem like a random thought, but we know very well that with GHEPO, nothing is random. And in fact, as we'll see in the next part, there's another message that clearly confirms this sentence is linked to chapter 8. But for now, let's dive into this one. We don't choose where we fall. What could that mean in the context of Garten of Banban 8? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is an accidental fall, just like we've seen before in the series. We can imagine a scene where we're walking, maybe through a dark or unstable area, and suddenly the floor collapses beneath our feet and we fall into a new section of the game, a totally unexpected event that forces us to face a hidden or dangerous part of Banban's kindergarten. And if you think about it, something similar has already happened before. In chapter 0, there's a moment where we fall into Ramamba's cave, completely by accident, so it's very likely that something similar could happen again in chapter 8. Maybe we'll be exploring an abandoned area thinking we're safe, and then we drop down into an even more secret and terrifying place. Or, and here comes another theory, there could be a puzzle section, a moment where we have to watch our step very carefully. Maybe there will be traps, hidden holes, or platforms that collapse if we stand on them too long. That's why GHEPO's phrase takes on a whole new meaning. It's not just a normal comment, it might be a real warning for the players. In chapter 8, we could face situations where we don't have control, where we'll need to react quickly to unexpected events, and where every step could lead us in a completely different direction. Well, now let's see the next message, the message that confirms the connections with chapter 8. Now let's move on to GHEPO's third message, which was posted immediately after the sentence, "We don't choose where we fall," that we just talked about. The new message is short but very clear. Keep an ear for it in the game. This short message is a direct confirmation that what he wrote before is connected to chapter 8. It's not just a random sentence with no meaning. It's a real hidden spoiler, a clear clue that GHEPO wanted to share with the most attentive fans. So now we can say it with certainty. In Chapter 8 there will be at least one part where we'll need to watch where we step, because we might fall unexpectedly somewhere. But now the big question is, where exactly could this fall happen? We already know that Chapter 8 will take place in several areas, each with its own style and mechanics. The prison, where we'll likely begin our journey. Syrinjon's clinic, possibly filled with weird experiments and dark secrets. The city, the place that could be inhabited by Givanium citizens. And finally, the caves, which are dark areas of the game, and in my opinion, the most likely place where we could fall is in the caves. Caves are naturally irregular environments, dark and dangerous, full of holes, pits, hidden tunnels, and possibly even traps. There could be alternate paths, narrow passages that crumble beneath us, or unstable areas where just one wrong step makes us fall. But it's also possible that something similar could happen in the other areas too. For example, in Syrinjon's clinic, we might be running from something and forced into a dangerous area, or in the prison, maybe there's a hidden trap under the floor. And even in the city, if we explore abandoned buildings, we might fall into the underground. So there are many possibilities, and this message confirms that we'll need to stay extremely alert to sounds, clues and audio signals. Because in Chapter 8, a fall can change everything. So let's get ready, because Chapter 8 of Garten of Banban won't just be more horror than the previous ones, but it might also introduce new gameplay mechanics that will make it even more tense and unpredictable. We understood it from GHEPO's messages. There will be traps, there will be unstable zones, and there will be moments where we might fall without any warning, ending up in dark, hidden and potentially deadly places. And that makes everything even more exciting, because the player will need to move carefully, listen to every sound and interpret every detail of the surrounding environment. In short, Garten of Banban 8 promises to be one of the most intense and unpredictable chapters of the whole saga. And now let's talk about the question everyone's asking. When will Chapter 8 be released? The release date hasn't been officially announced yet, but listen up, we know it will be revealed very soon, and we saw that in yesterday's video where we analyzed Faris's new messages. Faris clearly wrote that the announcement video is already ready, so there's really not much time left. Many people in the community are already making their theories, and one of the most popular is that the game might be released on August 15th, a perfect date for the summer, ideal for releasing a new chapter full of mystery and tension. And actually, the more days go by, the closer we get to what might be the official release. The Steam pages are already set, the trailer is out, messages on Discord and Twitter are increasing, all signs telling us that we're almost there. So, if you haven't already, stay tuned to the channel, because as soon as new information comes out, we'll analyze it together, just like we did today. Every detail, every teaser, every sentence from GHEPO or Faris will be a piece of the puzzle, leading us straight to the heart of Chapter 8. Are you ready to face the new chapter? Are you ready for the new chapter? Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. If you're as passionate about Garten of Banban as I am, stay tuned, because there are many more videos, theories, breakdowns and news coming soon about Chapter 8 and beyond. Thanks for watching. Bye bye!